The New York Yankees have made two sneaky moves involving pitchers who could potentially have an implication on this team moving forwards. One of them being a very shocking pickup in a former college quarterback that Matt Blake is going to try to turn into a useful weapon for the New York Yankees. Meanwhile, we have an update on the Mark Leiter situation with arbitration as that has come to an end. And we'll break that down and also discuss the fact that the Yankees just signed a football player to become a pitcher. And it's going to be very interesting to see, and we're going to break all this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here. And if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe. If you're part of that 71%, 75% who have not subscribed to Yankees Digest and you want daily New York Yankees news, rumor reports, updates on injuries, updates on signings like this video today, plus much more, make sure to subscribe. But let's jump into this. The New York Yankees made a very interesting move as Brian Cashman stepped up and got what is just the best possible signing the New York Yankees could have made, as they brought in a former college quarterback who played 7 games of college baseball to the New York Yankees. He'll obviously play rookie ball. He's already 25 years old. It's a very interesting signing, but it's literally no risk. So, taking a look at this, Sports Illustrated broke it down that Chance Nolan, a former 3-star football recruit, played 21 games and started 19 for the Oregon State Beavers from 2020 to 2022, completing 60.7% of his passes for 4,153 yards. Wow, I cannot stop reading this poorly. 32 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. He helped lead Oregon State to the 2021 LA Bowl. His football career took a turn after he suffered a neck injury 5 games into the 2022 season, which ultimately cost him his starting job. That setback led him to transfer to TCU during the following offseason. However, Nolan left the Horned Frogs program before fall camp ended and transferred once more to Morningside University, a small NAIA school in Sioux City, Iowa. It was at Morningside where he played his only college baseball, and now, as you can see to the left of your screen, he is a New York Yankee. Obviously, this is very interesting. Who would have expected this to happen where the Yankees are signing a guy like this? Meanwhile, free agency is still a thing. The Yankees are still needing to go after a lefty bullpen arm. Obviously, Chance Nolan will not be that, as Chance Nolan has just gotten his first taste of being on a professional baseball team, where he'll go to the minors for a while. I expect Chance Nolan to spend the majority of his time in the minors for his MLB career, but potentially, as he is 25, there's a world where the New York Yankees do try to bring him up and bring him to the team. That would definitely be interesting, and it's going to just come based off how he plays in minors, obviously. It's an interesting story to discuss, but with the Yankees' need of pitching, there's only so much to say about this. I mean, yeah, look, it's interesting, and just taking a look at what else Sports Illustrated had to say, they said that in 7 appearances with the Mustangs, Nolan allowed 3 hits and 2 earned runs over 3.1 innings, striking out 3 batters while walking 9. After college, he continued his baseball development at Driveline, a renowned data-driven facility in Seattle, and on January 20th, the 25-year-old right-hander showcased his skills at Driveline's Pro Day, mixing a fastball, sinker, sweeper, and changeup. While his secondary pitches showed some command issue, his fastball reached 97 miles per hour. Just 8 days later, the New York Yankees are now taking a chance on Nolan. And this will be very interesting to watch the New York Yankees go about this. Now, Nolan was the one who announced it on Twitter, saying, "Thank you to the Yankees for giving me this opportunity. Thankful for all the help and guidance along the way. I'm excited to get to work." Where he'll most likely spend his near future in Florida playing rookie ball for the New York Yankees, trying to solidify a role in the MLB throughout the future. Now, Nolan, again, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but the fact that this guy played 7 games of college baseball and is now going to, as I make sure my ring light doesn't just completely fall, Nolan, after 7 games of college baseball, this man's now in the MLB. He pitched a whopping 3.1 innings and had 3 strikeouts, 9 walks, not a good whip. The ERA of 2.70 in those amount of innings is not too inspiring, considering this is a small school, so it's not like he was at some powerhouse or anything or playing powerhouse teams, and had 1 save in his time. Look, I'll be honest, it's a fun story to talk about because why did Brian Cashman do this? Why did he sign a former college football player? But whatever. It's funny. It's interesting. However, we do have a major piece of New York Yankees news. We have another update of a sneaky move that they made that hasn't really gotten a ton of eyes, as the Yankees won their arbitration hearing against Mark Leiter Jr. Leiter will earn $2.05 million, where he filed for $2.5 million with the New York Yankees, trying to get his arbitration up. Now, look, Leiter didn't play too well after the New York Yankees acquired him, but they still do want him to work out with them. They want him to be on the team. They want more stable relief pitchers in the bullpen. They did lose a few guys, including Clay Holmes and Tommy Kahnle, though I don't see anyone complaining that they lost Clay Holmes. Meanwhile, they do still need a lefty in that bullpen. They don't have one right now. They don't have a lefty arm, and that is something that's going to have to change. I know they are focused on it, but whenever we see something happen with a righty relief pitcher right now where the Yankees don't have a lefty in their pen, I think it upsets most Yankee fans in this sense of we're waiting for a lefty to be brought in. And obviously arbitration's different, but we just constantly are seeing news and we're not seeing the Yankees bring in a single left-handed reliever to this team. Leiter was not very good this season at all. I mean, 4.50 ERA and negative WAR, not a good whip. Had 86 strikeouts in 58 innings, so that's not bad at all, but, like, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. He's a fine pitcher. He gives the Yankees more bullpen stability. They need to get a left-handed reliever in there. Now, I do imagine the Yankees will be bringing back Tim Hill. They loved the way that Hill pitched for them. Obviously, in the playoffs, they used that man like a workhorse, and it proved to be successful, as Tim Hill played really well in the playoffs, and I do think we'll see Tim Hill down the line get signed by the New York Yankees, or he'll just go to the Dodgers like everyone else in the MLB. But right now, where the New York Yankees stand, they do have a strong bullpen. I mean, headlined by Devin Williams, the Airbender, as their closer. Also having Luke Weaver as a potential, a certain setup guy in the 8th inning, but also potentially someone who will pitch a lot of 7th innings, as the man can pitch more than 1 inning if need be. He did for a while. They have a couple other names in there as well, Leiter obviously being one of them. They have Jonathan Loáisiga back. The Yankees bullpen is shaping up pretty nicely when you don't consider the fact they don't have a lefty. Outside of that, you look at the Yankees bullpen and you should be excited. I mean, Mark Leiter, as I said, he didn't have a great year last season. His career ERA has been pretty high. He's bounced around for multiple reasons, given most relievers do, so it's not the craziest thing in the world. But you look at where the Yankees are, and I mean, those sirens out there, they better be going to arrest Brian Cashman if he doesn't bring a lefty into this pen. However, it's still a good bullpen. I do think they'll bring in a lefty. I wish they were able to bring in more than one, but they only have so many spots left, so that'll obviously have an impact on things as well. Maybe they'll bring up a lefty, someone in their farm system. That wouldn't be surprising if Tim Hill goes down with an injury, if the Yankees re-sign him, or if the Yankees miss out on Tim Hill and Andrew Chafin. Because even if they sign Brooks Raley, they have to wait till around July for him to return from Tommy John surgery, which isn't exactly a problem, but it's more, I guess it's kind of a problem, but, you know where they're at. It's not going to be the craziest thing in the world to see the Yankees have one reliever from the left side. They did it last year. It's not the biggest deal, but it is something that you do have to think about for the New York Yankees. But something else that you guys should think about is subscribing to this channel if you are enjoying the content. Guys, like this video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.